Hey everyone, welcome back to Sacred Light Tarot, Silver Dawn Tarot. This is Anna. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure that you subscribe, that you like, and that you comment in the section down below, letting me know how and if this resonated with you. If you are interested in more content like this, where we go a bit deeper, I want to talk about the process of manifestation. Most likely, you've had someone tell you, visualize that you already have what it is that you want. I'm talking about The Secret. I'm talking about some of these courses that are being sold that say visualize what it is and meet the frequency at that vibration, and you will receive exactly what you want. There's a lot more that goes into it than that, and we're going to talk about that. If you look at this little guy right here, the magician, he has, I know it's a raccoon, but he has all four of the aces at his disposal: the ace of wands, the ace of swords, the ace of cups, and the ace of pentacles. I have those laid out right here. We're going to take a look at each one of those and what it is that, this is a general reading. If you would like for me to do this for you in a personal context, you can always book that in the description box down below. What I'm going to be talking about is this right here. And I'm gonna put up here, here? Okay, there. No, wait, that's where the thing goes. Okay, the tree of life, the Kabbalistic tree of life. And we talk about the Sephiro. And you actually see how this is, wow, that looks exactly like the tree of life. Now, this is rabbinical Hebrew teachings. A lot of Christian symbolism is baked into the original classic tarot. A lot of people, especially on YouTube for sensation and views, are reading the more modern interpretation of the cards, and that's not to say that it's not entertaining, but what you're not getting is a full overview of what it is that you're really, we need to go back to the classics, okay? In some aspects, in some regards, and manifestation is one of those. So if you look at the top pentacle there, that is the ace. The very bottom pentacle down here is a sephiro that represents kingdom, achievement. That would be the number 10. I will get into this a little bit more, and with that in mind, we're going to be using the Rider-Waite to do the reading. So what is it that you want? And whenever you so having the ace of wands, it's passion, it's creativity, it's vitality. It is about that passion that you have for something. This is needed. The ace of swords, this is about knowledge, it's about clarity. Why is that important? Because in order to manifest something, you need to know exactly where to start. It starts with the ace, with the idea, with the seed that is planted, with the overflowing cup of emotion, with the wand of passion, that spark of creativity. We must start with the ace, and then as we continue to manifest, go to the 2, to the 3, to the 4, to the 5, which is the most difficult to get through. And then we find balance and peace in the tarot. And that's why the 6s in the tarot indicate balance. The 4s indicate stability. If you are having difficulties following me on this, you can do your own research, or we can just hop into the tarot and see. I'm also going to pull cards for what could be blocking you from reaching what it is that you desire. So if this sounds interesting and you want to learn more about this, stick around, guys. Let me know in the comments down below how and if this resonates with you, and if you want to see more videos akin to this where we get into things that are a bit deeper. So as far as the Ace of Wands is concerned, where is your passion derived from? What is your passion? What do you have a great passion for? What is it that you want to create? We're talking about from a creative space, from a passionate place. All of these are essential, by the way. Well, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. Funny, haha. You're, yep. And by the way, with the Tree of Life, there is also the Tree of Death, which is the negative version, which we would think of as the dark side of the Tree of Life, which is why it's so vitally important for us to do that shadow work, integrating the masculine and the feminine, the anima and the animus, taking a look at our shadow and working alongside our shadow selves to incorporate that so that they are not stumbling blocks that we place in our own way. We have the Ace of Wands clarifying the Ace of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles here. Independence. What I see is a passionate drive toward independence, either in a creative sense, or this is something that you are very passionate about. One more, please, ladies, my spirit guides, if you will. The Six of Swords. Balance. Okay, balancing out your thoughts and moving on to calmer waters. There's a feeling of being serene, knowing that you have achieved something passionately. This independence. We will look at the crossing energies here in just a moment. The Ace of Swords, clarity, epiphany. What is this Ace of Swords? What is this Ace of Swords for you? What is this Ace of Swords? The Moon. Okay. Cancer and Piscean energy. There is a need for clarity for the unknown. Whenever it comes to the Moon, it's really a card of faith and trust. It is asking you to embrace the challenges of going forth without having all of the answers, but trusting in Spirit Source and the divine, your higher self, which connects you to your higher power, whatever that may be, the universe. The Fool has a path to follow. When you get to the mountains in the distance on the Moon card, it represents success and victory. The primal wolf and the domesticated dog on the card are inviting you to explore the more animalistic parts of yourself and the more domesticated parts of yourself. The light and the dark, the shadow and the light within you, and how that could be one of the fears that is keeping you from moving forward. Have you integrated your shadow? You think that you don't have a shadow, you think that you don't have a devil. You absolutely do, and it is that much more concerning if you don't know what it is, because you can fight what it is that you don't, what you know, but what you don't know, and I feel like that's why the Moon is coming out here, there is a desire to gain clarity about what lies in the darkness. All right, let's see what else for the Ace of Swords, please, ladies. The World. When will this uncertainty end? When will I find completion? What is it that I need to close in order to open a new chapter? What is it? It's a two-folded, the World card is a two-folded door. It's a what are those? It swings both ways. There is a closing out of one. There is a completion. And then there is an opening of a new chapter. There is something here that you need clarity on. What needs to go and what do you need to start anew? But it's shrouded in mystery here. The World signifies the year. The calendrical year. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio, the 4 seasons, respectively. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more, please, ladies, for the Ace of Swords. Okay, 2 more. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. This is stability. This is nurturing. The Queens nurture, and by the way, they have the Ace in their laps, or holding the Ace, as do the Kings, as do the Knights. All of the court cards have the Ace with them. Now the pages are a little unwieldy, which is why they are still learning. Therefore, students or messengers. Nurturing stability, nurturing passion. I feel like you're trying to close out one of passion and begin. I'm eyeing that Ace of Pentacles over here. Begin to nurture your own stability, which makes sense because we are going from the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands. You're kind of transmuting that passion that you've had for perhaps other things in life, and you are wanting to solidify your standing as independent. The 9 of Pentacles. Celebrating all of the hard work that you have put into yourself to get to a place where you are independent and you are not needing anything. What we do want to ultimately get to is the 10s here, and I have not seen any 10s yet, which means that we are still on the road to figuring out what this is. The Queens are a very good indication that we are getting quite close. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups. What is the Ace of Cups? The Tower. Okay. The Tower in and of itself is a representation of the ego, the base chakra. The Tower is, it's about the things that we have always relied upon, that we have built our foundation on, that is unsteady. There will come a time in all of our lives where we face a situation where we say, I'm absolutely certain that this is built upon a steady foundation, only to find that it is crumbling or breaking apart at the seams. It decimates our ego or reframes our ego. It knocks it to the ground, saying, no, you thought that you had a stable foundation, that everything, the I am statements, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. That's what, if that is your base chakra is the I am. I see, I feel, and I believe, I know. Those are all from the higher chakras. The base chakra is the Tower, and that can very easily be undone. We can very easily become untethered from our base. Energy flows up and through. If we're talking about Hindu mysticism and the chakras, okay, energy flows up, it flows out, it flows. It's a never-ending cycle of energy flow, and it all starts at the base. So be very careful how you label yourself. I am lovable. I am worthy of love. I am deserving of love. I am. I am. I am. You may find that for the right person, yes, you are. But for maybe the person that you want, I feel like maybe not. I don't know. That's up for you to decide. For some of you, it's the concept of emotion altogether that has been shaken. I feel like that is the blockage. You're showing me a lot of blockages here already without me having to even clarify. Scorpio and Aries energy in the Tower. What else? This could have been a singular event. The 3 of Cups. Joy. Joy, togetherness. Sharing your cup with many others. The 3s are about expansion. It's about sharing. Sharing that emotion with others. Yes, this could have been a third party. Yes, this could be you and sharing joy with all of your friends. This could be you sharing joy. For some of you, this is you saying, the joy in my emotional connectivity is gone. I no longer feel that that joy when connecting emotionally to a significant partner or people in general or relationships. Possibly because of something in the past. I'm not seeing any past energy. But what I am seeing is that your foundation of emotion has been shaken and broken. The good thing is that it can be rebuilt. The tower is followed. The tower is the number 16, the number 17 being the star, which is about healing, hope, faith. And it's also about identifying what you want to aim toward whenever it comes to rebuilding whatever you had lost in this tower. It's a classical tarot. Sorry, guys. It's a little different. One more, please, for the Ace of Cups. Strength. There is Leo energy here. You have a fair amount of fire here in all of the... This is going to require inner strength to find the joy in your emotions, in your heart again. And I'm specifically being drawn back to the heart chakra. You don't feel love as deeply as you do. It doesn't give you that rush of excitement or that emotional high or that feeling of joy that it once did. I am feeling past energy. I do not see past energy here on the table. Let's go ahead and take a look at your stability with the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. The Lovers. Okay. A choice. Gemini energy. A connection that you have with someone else. It can represent knowledge. It can represent the decision to choose stability over emotion. Because I feel like emotion has been one of the things that is a bit up in the air for you at the moment. You're trying to forge forward, but stability seems like it's winning out here, especially with you having the passion for it. Let's go ahead and clarify more the King of Cups. Okay. Yeah, your emotion is firmly rooted here with the Ace of Pentacles. This is what you desire. I'm not saying that you love it. I'm saying that you have deep emotion for stability in and of itself. Perhaps because of whatever this is pertaining to the Ace of Cups with the Tower. You feel like you cannot trust your emotions any longer. What you can trust, however, is your emotion for the Nine of Pentacles stability. One more on the Ace of Pentacles. One more on the Ace of Pentacles, the Devil. If unchecked, and the Devil is, by the way, the exact opposite. We're looking at the light version and the dark version of the Lovers here, which is very interesting because I just finished talking about that. The Lovers here is a choice. The Devil says you have no choice. You are chained to this. But hold on, wait a minute. Do we? Because you can easily unchain yourself from something. For the love of money, for the emotion of money, for the emotion of stability. For some of you, you are obsessed with this. For some of you, this is something that you are dedicated to. For some of you, this is your main manifestation, the main pentacle that you are focusing on. The Seven of Cups, looking at all the available options at your disposal. And I do want to say, in a world of possibilities, this is also a card of dreaming big, of shooting for the stars, and daydreaming about all of the possible outcomes. Keep your head clear. I feel like that's why the Ace of Swords here is clarifying the moon, the unknown, the confusion about what needs to go and what needs to be initiated here. Yeah, and the King of Swords. Yeah, you are trying to gain clarity about this. The Emperor, to step into your power. Capricorn and Aries energy, to take control over your life, to be the commander of your own ship. This is the divine masculine energy, which we all have within us. This is the anima. This is the Shakti, not the Shiva. This is the Yang. The Yin. No, the Yang. Sorry, I need to brush up on all of my terminology, because whenever you delve into all sorts of different ones, then you get a little confused about which is masculine and which is feminine. The anima. Anyway, the divine masculine, the DM. So, the divine masculine is the one in the Chariot. He is also the male figure in the Lovers. He chases the star. He is the one who calls the shots. I feel like you want more autonomy over your own life here. And this is what you are ultimately manifesting, downright obsessed with. And yeah, I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, whoever is resonating with this, there's a bit of a loss in faith whenever it comes to matters of the heart or emotion in general. The one thing that I can tell you is that in order for this guy to successfully do his job, you're going to need to look into each one of the aces. What do you have passion for? What do you have emotion for? What is it that you have the knowledge to successfully begin cultivating that Ace of Pentacles, the seed that is planted, that over time, and we're talking multiple years, this is putting in your 10,000 hours. This is really going into dedication mode. You're showing me that here with the Devil. Dedication. Capricorn energy. The archetype of Capricorn is the 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles. It's about not stopping, not abandoning your manifestation. You have to continue to, yes, work toward and meet the universe halfway whenever it comes to your manifestation. It is not enough for you to shout into the ethers or pray and say, I want, please give me the job I desire, the job of my dreams. Well, you have to start with the Ace, which is the Ace of Cups. How do I, what job is going to really define your manifestation? Okay? Really define what it means for you to be emotionally connected to a job. Is it one where you feel excited every day, where you feel like you're valued? That would be more Pentacles value. Is it one where you can be creative, where you have the passion to get up every morning? The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Swords. Do you have the knowledge that is required to successfully complete this job? And most importantly, do you want to plant this seed here and work toward perhaps up to 10 years or more, honing your skills to get to that level that you want to be at? This is dedication incarnate. All right, I want to see what is the blockage, ladies. What is the blockage here with the Ace of Wands? The Three of Swords. Okay. I had figured as much. Why the Three of Swords, the Two of Pentacles? Okay. We're coming back to stability here and the sun. The Three of Swords. Disappointment, pain in something that you had attempted creatively in creativity. There's now a desire for stability and happiness. Stability, you're telling me you're going back and forth on what is stable and what is not. You're weighing any option that you have, typically 2 options. But once you drop one of those options and you make a decision, the 2s are about a decision point. You've got to decide what is it ultimately that is going to make you happy and not make you miserable whenever it comes to creativity, whenever it comes to passion, whenever it comes to desire. What is the blockage here with the Ace of Swords? Understanding your blockages and why they may be there can help you to understand why your manifestation may not be working. The Four of Wands and the Eight of Cups. The Four of Wands, as I've said before, it's not the 1111 Make-A-Wish marriage card. It's a celebration, point blank, period. It is 4 corner posts that have been planted in the ground upon which more can grow. It is a stable structure. 4s are about stability, remember? The Eight of Cups. Again, I'm feeling like, yes, the Eight of Cups is the half of the world that you're closing out, and it requires you to disengage emotionally from something, or something has emotionally disengaged from you. Looking at the Tower here, could have been in the context of a home environment, whatever that means. Take it as it resonates. This could be children, this could be a partner, this could be just you, unable to find a place that feels stable and home-like. Hayrit, a longing for something that feels like home, or a homesickness of the heart. You want to return to something that is stable, something that has left you emotionally, maybe the feeling of home, maybe the feeling of stability whenever it comes to passion, whenever it comes to joy and celebration. They're celebrating here not because of a marriage, but because the house is on its way to being finished. Why is this a blockage? The Four of Pentacles. You're saying, I need to stabilize. Again, 4s, stability. You're really focused on stability here. I need to stabilize my my stability, my pentacle. Time, effort, energy. Pentacles represent time, effort, and energy, and money as well. All right, one more. The Moon, which we have here as well. There are a lot of unknowns about how to go about doing this, which is why the Ace of Swords here seems to be one of your biggest challenges. Clarity. Clarity is always a bitch, because until you get clear on exactly what it is that you want to manifest, you can throw out to the universe, I want a job. Okay, you got a job. It's not the job that you wanted. It's not the job that pays, but you got a job. I want money. You find $5 on the ground. Oh, well, I did say that I wanted money. I wasn't very specific, right? Specificity matters whenever it comes to accurate manifestation. This is only the first step. This is just you asking, petitioning the universe for what it is that you want. Next comes the hard part. We may get into that at a different time. We're already running a bit long here at 30 minutes. The Ace of Cups, what is the blockage? What is the blockage here with the Ace of Cups? Temperance. Healing. Healing, pouring into your own cup, alchemizing whatever this tower is into joy. I'm glad this tower happened. Temperance, Sagittarian energy, this is Archangel Michael. He is pouring from one cup of fire into 1 cup of water. It is turning water into wine. It is alchemizing the energy that is negative into something that is more positive. It's finding that delicate mix of passion and emotion. Again, you need both. You need all 4, honestly. For some of you, you've been pouring from an empty cup. I'm going to put this sideways. You've been acting from a place of an unhealed wound whenever it comes to emotion. Maybe you're just focused on putting in the time, effort, and energy, and nothing else beyond that is of any concern to you. How you feel about it really does not matter. How you, whether or not you have passion for it, I feel like the knowledge is already there, but there's also uncertainty about how to go about taking that knowledge and transforming it into something stable. That may very well be what this is. The Tower here, whenever it comes to your emotions, yeah, we have the 9 of Cups. What is it that makes you happy? I mean, this is the second time that we're seeing this. The Sun being happiness, and the 9 of Pentacles is a more personalized form of happiness. This is saying on a personal level. If you really, really look deep within, hermit style, what is it that makes you happy? Some of you don't know. What is it that makes you feel stable? What is it that makes you feel... Some of you, you're saying, I don't know. That's why I'm here. The Ace of Swords. I need to see into the darkness, where the moon makes things a bit dark, and I'm having to go on blind faith, trust. It feels like here, the passion, you've got the passion for whatever this is. The King of Pentacles here, you may be having a difficulty. I feel like, yeah, earth and water, earth mixes with most everything, because earth, right? You've got water, you've got fire. Earth and fire can be a little combustible, but water, perfectly fine. Air, always a nice breeze, as far as elements are concerned. The King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn, you're saying, I want to master my stability. That's what will make me happy. I'm not concerned. Whoever I'm tapping into, or the vast majority of you that I'm tapping into, really are unconcerned with matters of the heart at this moment. Stability seems to be the main core concern. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, because we have the Lovers and the Devil here, which is kind of telling me that you're making a choice to really commit yourself to your emotions, your with the King of Cups, to this pentacle, this Ace of Pentacles. You're ready to invest solely in this Ace of Pentacles and watch it grow. The Ace of Pentacles, what is the blockage here though? The 7 of Cups. Again, uncertainty. The Moon. The 7 of Cups, uncertainty. Uncertainty. Having too many options, not entirely sure which option to pick. Which is why you're so insistent on getting clarity whenever it comes to the Moon twice. Because there is something that needs to close out. Whatever that is, you would have to let me know. It's going to vary from person to person. It's something that is keeping you from moving forward into a more stable aspect, a more independent 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups version of yourself. The 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you are dealing with economic hardship. Yeah. Some of you don't feel as if... okay, the 5 of Pentacles to the Hermit. There's something deep within you that triggers a scarcity mindset, but you can't figure out what it is. I'm continuously afraid that I'm not going to have enough. I'm continuously afraid that changes need to be made. Fives are all about change. It's a point of conflict. It's a point that needs addressing. Do so in a manner that is consistent with your inner self. Go deep within with the Hermit, Virgo energy, and really look at all of the different options to get yourself out of this Five of Pentacles energy. Whether it's a scarcity mindset, whether it is actual economic hardship, whether it is the inability you're telling yourself to put in the time, effort, and energy. You just don't have the bandwidth at this time. Underneath the bottom of the deck, I'm not surprised to see this, the Fool, which is the first card in the Major Arcana. Under the Ace of Swords, you're showing me that you need to figure out what you need to close out in order to begin again, begin fresh, begin anew, Aries and Aquarius energy. Because honestly, underneath the bottom of the deck, you miss that Three of Cups. You miss that joy. You miss the sharing of emotion in a joyous manner with other individuals who are like-minded. And the Six of Cups, stabilizing your emotions. Yes, I know. The typical meaning for this card, the one that you keep hearing, is about nostalgia. This is a gift from the universe. The Three of Cups and the Six of Cups, it's a gift from the universe, joy. Now, if we do want to take a look at this from a modern perspective and say that this is fond memories of the past, I feel like this is you going back to something that you did once have emotion for. Or at least connecting with it, the Eight of Wands, or moving toward it. For some of you, this is about returning to something that you miss, that is tried and true, ultimately, is the blockage. You may feel like you can't go back. You have to keep moving forward. You can retain the joy in fond memories of the past, but you can never return there. You do have to keep moving forward. The Eight of Wands only point one way, by the way. Knowing all of this, how will you begin to manifest? Well, you have to decide what you're passionate about. You have to decide what it is that you have knowledge about. What knowledge you can lend to your manifestation. This is also about being very clear with your manifestation. Think of it like a legalese contract or negotiating with a genie in a bottle. You don't want to get anything wrong, right? What is it that you have emotion for? Good, bad, or indifferent. What is your emotional self? What is that Ace of Cups holding? And that's a big cup with a lot of different emotions in it. The same can be said for all of the aces. The Ace of Swords is the Seven of Swords. It's the Five of Swords. It's the mind games that we play with ourselves. It's self-doubt, self-pity. The Eight of Swords, being stuck in a constant loop, a never-ending thought process. Not being able to make a decision, the Two of Swords. The Ace of Wands has its pitfalls as well. A need to endure outside conflict with the Five of Wands, to stand your ground with the Seven of Wands, to take active action with the Eight of Wands. The Five of Pentacles represented here is one of the stumbling blocks here whenever it comes to the Ace of Pentacles. You have to get through this lack mentality, this lack mindset, this scarcity mindset. And it may be hidden deep within you. It may be something that you have not yet discovered. You're saying, I am looking for every possible, and I'm damn committed to here with the devil, to make choices that get me to choose the right thing this time. That gets me out of this scarcity mindset or this scarcity situation. But I feel like it's something that you feel deep down. And it may be a feeling like punishment. I don't deserve more than this. Be careful. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, I really don't have the time, effort, and energy to dedicate to growing this. But I want it. I want it so bad. You're going to have to figure out ways, the Seven of Cups, different options in order to put in that time, effort, and energy. Because you're only halfway to the Ten of Pentacles. I don't have any tens here on the board at all, which is telling me that you are not close to achieving your manifestation. You have an idea of what it is. The Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. You're saying, I'm very nearly there in terms of personal wish fulfillment, and that may be enough. You may not care for the full 10 of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, again, you may be perfectly fine there. It doesn't include another person. The Ten of Pentacles, honestly, the Ten of Pentacles is about seeing the universe, is about seeing spirit in everywhere you look. It is all around you. Stability is all around you. The Ten of Cups is about the realization that the storm is over, that joy and happiness can flourish. All 10 cups completely full. You're very, very nearly there. The stumbling blocks are pain, indecisiveness, a desire for clarity of stability against the unknown, the backdrop of the unknown. The Ace of Pentacles, or the Ace of Cups, it is the full cup that Archangel Michael is creating, by the way, also. There's something that does need to be transmuted here, and I am seeing the Tower. Strength, Three of Cups. I feel like you powered through this, but it wasn't exactly fun. You may have lost a sense of hope, desiring that form of emotional nourishment. The Ace of Pentacles. This is something that you have a lot of emotion for. The King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Every sign is here, so I'm done reading off the signs. The Lovers and the Devil. This is both a light aspect of you, and it's also something that is holding you captive, and I feel like it comes from this Five of Pentacles mindset that you hold deep within with the Hermit. Take a look and see why that is. If it stems from childhood, if it is shadow work that needs to be done, then I would highly suggest that you go ahead and take a look into that. But it is something that is causing a fixation about your emotions being tied to the pentacle. Again, we need to examine every single one of these whenever we go into manifesting the changes that we want to see. The Magician has the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. Use them wisely. Know why you're able to, or what you're missing whenever it comes to each one of these, because it is the starting point, the very antithesis of beginning your journey toward the tens of each one of these. Again, the Ace of Wands is the very beginning. You get to the 10 of Wands, it resets to an Ace of Swords. Then you start learning. Once you're done with that, then you start feeling into your emotions, the Ace of Cups. Once you get to the 10 of Cups, then you can flip over to the Ace of Pentacles and start building your stability. This is a journey of knowing yourself and knowing what it is that you truly want, so that you can speak into the universe exactly what it is that you need, that aligns with you, with what it is that you desire. I hope this was helpful. Again, I don't like hiding things behind a paywall, the secrets to manifestation. The secrets to manifestation are really quite easy. You have to have clarity on all of these aces, the places where you need to start. And then after that, the tough work begins. We get into the stability, and we can get stuck in that stability. This is good. I'm good right here. I'm complacent. Don't stay complacent. Keep striving. The sixes are about balance. I'm good here. There's a lot of times a desire to stop whenever we get to the nines. I'm fine on my own, as long as I have what I need from a selfish perspective. I don't really need to get all the way to the 10. But that is the kingdom. That is the ultimate. I hope this helped you guys understand a little bit more, brought up some topics that maybe you want to explore on your own. Understand some of the teachings that I have looked into. Each one of the tarot cards, by the way, are connected to one of the sephirot on the on that tree of life. They each have their own place. They each have their own meaning, as do the major arcana. This is all. It all so very neatly fits together that it's freaky. And also the adverse, the dark side to that, which is why you do have cards in the reverse from time to time. Cards that are sideways, that are challenges. You're stuck midway between the dark and the light version of that card, that sephirot. If you guys would like a more in-depth explanation about this, I will try and link a great resource. Be open-minded going into some of these videos that I recommend, because they will challenge the way that you think and perceive some of the things that you've held true as a foundation for a belief system, or the way that you have always conducted yourself. But it is knowledge, and it is out there for a reason. Never stop seeking it. Okay? I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that this helped. Remember, get clear on your manifestation. Speak it into existence. Send up a prayer. Write it down on a piece of paper, whatever it is that works best for you. Script it in a book. Any form of communication that voices your desire. And then set about taking actionable steps to meet the universe halfway. Raise your vibration. Yes, that's also a part of it. Sitting with yourself and envisioning exactly what it is that you want to get out of this. Crystals can help with a lot of this as well. These are all different tools that can be very beneficial, but ultimately you have to understand where you're coming from in order to manifest what it is that you want, and then take actionable steps to meet the universe halfway. I hope this was informative. I hope this helped you to understand a bit more, maybe some of the pitfalls or challenges that you're experiencing whenever it comes to manifesting exactly what it is that you want, and maybe how to overcome some of them now that you're aware that they exist. This is why we do deep dives in tarot. This is why we look at things that are just beyond fluffy. Everything always turns out for your best and highest good at the end of my readings. No, I see a lot of problems here that need to be fixed. Some of you already know what they are. Hey everyone, thank you so much for being with me here today at Silver Dawn Tarot. Whether you are here watching for your own sign or you are cross-watching for someone else, I hope that the message resonated with you. If not, please do make sure that you check your other placements, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. If you're still not finding the answers that you seek, you can always book a personal reading with me in the description box down below. Make sure that you like, that you subscribe so that you can be notified whenever new videos go up. Until then, light seekers, keep shining bright, and I will see you again here soon. Until then, take care. Tschüss.